Greetings everyone and welcome to Coffee Black, where the Voyager adventures continue on YouTube. I'm your host, Captain G, and this is the channel where you get your refill of everything Star Trek Voyager related, from trivia, news, reviews, and more. So before I talk about today's topic, I'd like to encourage new viewers to subscribe to the channel, also check us out on X, formerly known as Twitter, and visit our Facebook page for more Voyager content. So today is Valentine's Day, and I felt like it would be a good time for today's topic, the romances of Star Trek Voyager. In this video, I'm going to break down 3 romances that appeared on Star Trek Voyager and rate them with a heart or a broken heart, depending on whether I think the romance was handled well or poorly. Also at the end, I'm going to list 3 romances that should have happened on Voyager. So the first relationship we have is Neelix and Kes. This relationship really lacked an origin and an explanation for why they were together. I wanted to like this couple, but it felt like being a couple was written as a convenience without much substance. The closest this relationship got to being interesting was the brief period where Neelix became jealous of Tom Paris, anticipating that Tom was trying to steal Kes away from him. The only thing more confusing about this relationship's beginning was its abrupt ending. In the episode Warlord, Kes's body is taken over by a narcissistic alien dictator who actually was in control of Kes's body when she ends up breaking up with Neelix. Despite the alien Tyrion being expelled from Kes later on, for some reason the writers chose to keep Neelix and Kes single without a proper ending to their relationship, and for some reason it's never referenced again. This basically made the relationship as confusing in its ending as it was from the very beginning, so because of that, I am rating this relationship a broken heart. The next relationship we have is Tom and B'Elanna. In my opinion, the relationship of Tom and B'Elanna was a perfect example of how to build a believable romance in a series. The relationship didn't happen overnight. In fact, it was more of a slow burn that took seasons to mature, and the audience got to enjoy their evolution from colleagues, friends, lovers, spouses, and eventually parents. This relationship was Voyager romance at its best, and that is why it gets the coveted heart. Now, the third and final romance that we had from Star Trek Voyager is Seven of Nine and Chakotay. This relationship almost doesn't even make the list because I limited this list to relationships that lasted longer than 1 or 2 episodes. And this video would probably be an hour long if I listed every single one of Tom, Harry, Janeway, or even the Doctor's single episode relationships. The Seven and Chakotay relationship was teased in the episode Human Error, but actually didn't appear until the 2-part finale Endgame. Human Error as a whole felt very invasive and awkward. Additionally, forcing these 2 characters together in the finale without any time to let the relationship unfold and evolve also made it feel sloppy, and as a result, for me, the acting felt void of chemistry altogether. So because of all those issues, I am ranking this relationship as another broken heart. In hindsight, it's ironic that all 3 major relationships on Voyager were handled so differently. We had a perfect, slow, evolving love story from start to finish, a relationship with no real origin or proper ending, and a relationship that was completely rushed without any real evolution at all. So now that I've covered all the major relationships, let's go ahead and move on to the next portion of this video, where I list 3 relationships that I think should have happened on Star Trek Voyager. The first relationship I would have liked to have seen was Harry and Seven of Nine. So shortly after Seven of Nine's introduction, we were given a 2-episode subplot where Harry is very awkward around Seven. It's later revealed that Seven has discovered Harry's interest in her, leading to a very humorous exchange where Harry basically folds quicker than a lawn chair on a rainy day. I personally would have enjoyed more exchanges like this, and would have found it very entertaining watching Harry try to muster up the confidence to date Seven, while Seven continues to learn more about being human. Unfortunately, for whatever reasons, this teased relationship ended abruptly and went nowhere. The next relationship I would like to have seen was Seven of Nine and the Doctor. A relationship between Seven and the Doctor was teased many times throughout the series, and it was especially apparent that the Doctor had fallen for Seven. There was a special level of irony in seeing the Doctor mentor Seven in the ways of humanity, and I think a relationship would have definitely led to more intriguing, character-driven stories as both the Doctor and Seven evolved. But sadly, this relationship remained platonic, and Seven appeared disinterested in the Doctor. Third and final couple is Janeway and Chakotay. Now, this couple is probably the biggest relationship paradox of them all. For years, fans have shipped these two, and rightly so. Across many episodes, there was clear chemistry between Janeway and Chakotay, and to this day, the fanfiction is virtually endless. In one episode in particular, we came very close to a Janeway-Chakotay entanglement when the two of them had to be left behind on an alien planet, seemingly for the rest of their lives. The sparks definitely were flying in this episode, and it still has some fans debating whether or not something happened between them. I recognize that given the hierarchy of a Federation ship, not to mention the relationship between captain and subordinate, it just wasn't going to happen. But I still think writers have proven in the past that they are willing and able to make special exceptions in storytelling so they could still have their cake and eat it too. A perfect example of this would be the two-part episode Workforce, where most of the crew is captured and brainwashed so they could be used to work in factories on an alien world. In the episode, Janeway even has a romantic relationship with an alien worker until Chakotay arrives to rescue the crew. Now, this would have been a perfect opportunity for a Janeway-Chakotay love story if they'd substituted Chakotay with another crew member and instead had Janeway and Chakotay cohabitating as a couple until they were rescued and had their memories restored. Not only would this have excited the fans who had been shipping them for so long, but it would have also given those characters a level of moral ambiguity, since they technically weren't themselves. This isn't necessarily a new concept either, since something similar to my suggestion happened to Commander Riker and Ensign Ro on The Next Generation. But now I want to know what you think. Drop a comment in the comment section below, and tell me what relationship was your favorite on Voyager, and if there were any characters you wished had a special romance as well. This has been Captain G of Coffee Black, with your refill of everything Star Trek Voyager. Thanks for watching, take care, live long and prosper.